Hello, you're watching AAFT 24x7 and 10th edition of Global Literary Festival where we are celebrating literature, culture, I would say, creativity, where people from all over the world, I would say, Sameer, they are coming and celebrating this literature with us. This festival in itself is a huge. So right now, to celebrate with us, we have Tanvi Duggal, ma'am. Ma'am, welcome to AAFT 24x7. So the very first question I would like to ask you is, how have your experience been so far in Marvel Studios?
So first of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for this very warm description and the invitation. And I am actually quite excited and thrilled because first of all, this is my first literary festival, like a full-fledged one. Also, I am representing the Irish-Indian connection, which is very, very rich on the cultural front. We have so many celebrated literary artists in the streets of Dublin and all over Ireland. And we are collaborating on very many levels to, strengthen this friendship. Nevertheless, I have seen explicit exhibitions of art and culture and such an amazing rich literary, I'd say flavor here at the Marva Studios. We have budding writers, we have budding media people, photographers, video makers, artists and painters. I saw such amazing exhibitions of digital media and traditional paintings. So I'm actually quite thrilled and excited, and I'm really looking forward to other editions where probably I could kind of bring in some Irish flavor with Indian tadka, I'd say.
Wow. So our next question is regarding the culture that we Indians have a culture of more than 5,000 years, right? So how do you see, I want to know it from the foreigner perspective, from you, that how do they see our culture, and is there any change from, let's say, past 10-15 years on how they look India, and do they really want to visit us again and again? I would love to know that from you.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, I'd like to mention this very important thing, that the image of India in these couple of years, we have become the star.
Wow.
Which we were, but it was just unknown to the world,
exactly.
I think. So this is something I'd like to mention in the first place. Secondly, we have amazing posted staff at my own embassy, and they just come over, they want to be in India, they love the people around, they love the places, they're treated so well, and that speaks a lot about our culture. They are all up for having samosas once a week with chole bhature, wow. And I love enjoying the golgappe with them. You tell me what could be better.
Exactly.
We will definitely after the interview. So ma'am, since we are celebrating literature, so how does it impacted your life so far? Since you told that you have learned Germany, I guess. So, I mean, Hindi, Germany.
Yeah.
So, how your experience have been?
Yes, I'm a linguist. I can speak fluent Hindi, English, Punjabi, and German. And now I'm also learning the Irish language with my colleagues, and I'm sure I'll be learning this properly further on. It has been life-changing. It has given me so many opportunities. So when I talk about literature and language, they go hand in hand. I was also delivering the speech today at the event, and hearing it out from the other people, it was so inspiring. I think one motto I would give here is language connects. Sure. It definitely does, and it opens amazing doors for you. You just have to grab the opportunity and do something probably which is not on the main lines, or it's not mainstream. So here I'd like to bring this linguist and literature aspect. Also, I was reading about a couple of literary aspects from Ireland, which says that India and Ireland have the same freedom struggles, wherein these two countries come together on a very different level. So this is very interesting. I'd recommend all of you also to read a couple of things about it, and I'm sure you'd get more ideas and some food for thought. It'll open up some opportunities or some ideas. I don't know how you'd go further with that. Nevertheless, literature has always interested me on the ancient Indian front, and my personal interest goes to spiritual literature.
I was about to ask you that.
Yes.
Please let us know about any books that motivates you, like any spiritual book that motivates you.
Yes, I have read a lot of books on Lord Shiva. So, I mean, you always have one personal favorite god.
Exactly.
So that is, that's him for me. And there are very nice write-ups from Sadhguru, I'd like to say, mention that in the first place. You have very good from Shri M. My own guru's book, which is in Hindi, it's called Divya Abha. And one which is an English translation of the copy is called The Light of Divinity. So these are the books which really created such a base in me. I mean, if you talk about values, you talk about ethics, you talk about how you see spirituality, how you see the world, how you see literature, it completely changed my viewpoint.
Wow.
It just changed everything. And I think that reflects a lot of who I am in general.
So, ma'am, one last question because we don't have much time. So, one thing that we see from, let's say, if we talk about 50 years before, then the readers that we had, they had this critical thinking in them, right? Because you know, any writer, if he writes something, then it has more meaning to it. It's not only a fact or anything. You have to go deeper into it. Yeah, exactly. So, but nowadays what we see that people either not interested in going into deeper level, or there's a decline that we can see in critical thinking.
I would also like to add on one thing, that the impact of social media, or the
the low
part of social media in our life, people are not going for reading to the physical books. They're more on social media, spending more time over there. So that is also somewhere impacting the youth.
What's your call in this?
So my call is that I am of the same generation, more or less. I mean, I consider myself in the younger lot. I don't know how you like to take it, but yes. I like to have a book in my hand. I don't want to be on the social media reading things. Yeah. I know it's cool, it's amazing, it's required, it's necessary. It gives you an edge over so many other things, but when it goes to deeper thinking, that's not the platform where you'd get that. So the social media is a lot outbound. I'd like to kind of frame people inbound. So let's go a little within, is what my idea is. It is important to detach. Please go on some retreats. Just cut yourself off for a little while and reflect again on the life which you're doing and what's happening around, and all of that is where you get new ideas.
Exactly.
Is where you again want to bounce back into the world. Okay, and then is where you can write more creatively if you talk about writing or thinking or maybe social media content. I think once you move away, is you think better, then you come back stronger, and then you write better, and then maybe you can use social media as one of the platforms to kind of market things.
Exactly.
True.
Right? But then that idea, that impulse, which reflects you in your writing, in your speaking, comes when you look inbound. So let's go a little more deeper within. A little more deeper analysis, deeper research is where I agree to your point. We need to have deeper meaning of literature and writing.
Wow.
I can, feel completely relatable to you, whatever you said. So lastly, we're just going to have this fun activity.
Yes, please.
Since you said that you know so many languages, so like any few lines, if you can say about Marvel Studios or the students or the environment, like you have observed here in like different languages.
Yeah, maybe because I'm just back from Germany, so I can say this in German. Es war eine sehr, sehr Gelegenheit, hier zu sein, und das war so schön. Kann ich dir nicht sagen, kann ich die Zuschauer nicht sagen, wie schön das war. Und das Team hier, also der Direktor und die Studenten sind super. Sie haben zu viel Energie, und also ich lade alle herzlich hier ein, einmal zu sehen, wie so ein schönes Platz das ist.
Wow. Since
I could understand.
Oh yeah, you have also done Spanish. So can you translate the same in Punjabi as well? So then,
yeah, I can do this in Punjabi. My God, what are you guys making me do? ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਟੀਮ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੁਣਨਗੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਐਂਡ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵਾਈਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਕਮ ਓਵਰ ਹੀਅਰ आओ तो देखो कितना वधिया काम बच्चे कर रहे हैं
बहुत अच्छा लगा मैम आपसे बात करके थैंक यू वेरी मच for your precious time and we really liked interacting with you so yeah that's it for today you're watching AAFT 24/7 Noida
cut